As soon as they left, I decided not to wait around for the artist any longer. I scribbled a note for him to call me, took a shortcut to my office, spun a piece of paper into my typewriter. Shadows fell across my opaque glass cubicle. Voices murmured. I looked up appalled. There was Glenn Gordon, Gregory Peck, the others. This is a typical copywriter's office, Glenn began. Basic copy is pretty. He stared at me and his mouth hung open, caught on a syllable. I smiled at him. I smiled at Gregory Peck. The group moved on and I returned to my work. But my heart wasn't in it. The battle was joined. I knew with a dread certainty that Glenn and I would meet in the lists. Sure enough, a week later, the secretary had a purse stolen. Presuming it taken by a transient messenger and hoping at least to recover the bag, she asked me to search the wastebasket in the men's room. I went in and began looking through the big basket. Glenn Gordon entered. It didn't occur to me that he had no idea why I was examining the crumpled paper towels in the laboratory of a $100 million advertising agency. I saw it only as a good time to explain the Peck incident. I rose up from the basket and said, "About Gregory Peck, sir. I was at Twins the other day. I was in the art department to see about cutting up some horses. It didn't come right out as usual, but I had been there that day to get some horse photos, trimmed and mounted." Glenn backed away slowly, nodding and smiling pacifically, and bolted out the door. After that, things went smoothly until the day came face to face with the production department. Glenn motioned me to a chair. Obviously, he needed to know more about me, and wonderfully enough, I was more than equal to the occasion. We sat calmly together and chatted easily about the variety of things. As we talked, Glenn became visibly relieved. I decided to quit when I was ahead and stood up quickly. I leaned toward Glenn to say goodbye. A simple so long or nice talking with you would have sufficed. But as I searched for the appropriate farewell, my mind, never very stable, gave way completely. No words came. Glenn, having no inkling to that I meant to leave, unable to understand why I was suddenly towering above him silently, froze like a frightened rabbit. My mouth began to move wordlessly. Finally, I managed to speak. "Me go now," I said hoarsely, and I walked away. Soon there was another incident. The time, 4:20 p.m. of a hectic day. I just escaped from a meeting where I warmly shaken hands with a colleague of the agency instead of a client. I was headed for the 11th floor sanctuary of my own office, where I often have things in control. Elevator door opened, and there, naturally, was Glenn Gordon. He smiled resolutely and said, "Hi, how are you?" I stepped aboard and answered, "Hi, just getting back from lunch." Convene all the articles on how to succeed in business. Asked him to select one phrase not to be uttered. The boss, 20 past 4 in the afternoon. Just getting back from lunch would have scored an enthusiastic victory by acclamation. That was Tuesday. Wednesday was worse. I took late lunch at celebrated a crisp January day in Manhattan by buying my fiancée a huge stuffed poodle. On my way back, I saw a pair of earrings I thought she would like, and I bought those too. It was mid-afternoon when I returned to my desk, sitting there, my chaotic mind far from advertising. I had a clever idea. I decided to put the earrings on the dog's ears and thus give both presents an original touch. I unwrapped the big poodle and hoisted it onto my desk. Carefully, I took a floppy ear in my hand and fastening a gold bell-shaped earring into it. Fate was tempted. Fate replied. As I bent earnestly to do my task, Glenn Gordon came down the aisle and glanced in my office. Everywhere about me, dedicated copywriters were hard at work. Typewriters were singing the praises of myriad products. I was putting earrings on a stuffed poodle. I realize now I must have been on top of everything else. Almost a traumatic experience for Glenn. I grinned a foolish grin and said non-committally, "Dog." In movies and plays, I've often seen and admired a well-executed double take. Glenn performed not one, not two, but 3 takes. He stared, opened his mouth to speak, then rushed away. I've not seen him since.
Alright, ready guys? We're getting chronic. We're getting two. What do you want? Perfect.
Who's paying for this then?
Who's what?
Who's paying for this mess?
For paying for what? What?
The dinners and stuff?
Yourself.
No.
Yeah, you pay for your own.
I'd like to say something. I only related to her because I have to.
I mean, do you think I would actually want to know somebody like this?
But seriously.
Ken's face. That's better.
Who are we looking at?
You're looking at them, and after they're done, you get to look at me.
I gotta figure out.
Gary. See everyone except my own dad.
Is the light on?
Gary. What am I gonna do with me?
Yeah, dive over. Come on, show us
Whoa, somebody forgot to turn the heat on. Let's go to the train bridge.
Are we gonna swim over there?
I could.
So I can swim. Yeah. Get Cars, get me.
Right off, yeah. Probably. Problem, man.
Okay, I can do that, but I didn't.
Here's your first, Grandma.
You ready? Fire!
How you feeling?
You young kids don't like that. Put your head down. Head down. I'm motoring into the dock.
Did it? Let us swim elsewhere.
Back dive. Back dive. I do back swimming, but it's a little shallow. Pretty shallow. Yeah, it's me. Go. Wait.
Standing
He's over there. There he is. My towel. You were supposed to bring your own.
Oh, ball punky. Just let me use it when you're done.
So my head here, Dad.
Come on out. Come on in.
Get out there.
Do I hold it?
No. Is it running?
Say something.
Go away or make you eat that thing.
You're on there now.
You know the feeling now.
Gary's easily entertained.
Okay, come swim by me then.
Come up here and
Come on.
Panning for golf?
That was pretty good. You get out. I think you need to get out. I think you're tired. You missed 350. You missed 350. Get out and put your beach jacket on, huh?
I think we need to begin by singing happy birthday to Opal. Sing happy birthday to Opal. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Opal. Happy birthday to you. Happy And I think going to do is basically read the memories that all of you have written. I don't know if they warned you when you wrote them, you were going to read them, but that's what we're going to do. And we also have some special ones to read. But we're going to begin with Kay. Okay, while Kay is coming up, we need to sing. No, Mary isn't here, is she? We got another birthday.
Happy birthday, Grandma. What a remarkable achievement to make your 90th birthday with good health, mind, and be able to celebrate with a family that loves you. Grandma, I think that the greatest thing about you is that you always take the positive side. You can always find something good in everyone. My first memories of you are from the farm, which you always made a special place to visit. With hot buns baked laboriously over a wood stove, your corn on the cob that only you could freeze to taste like fresh, and of course, your famous popcorn cake. I remember staying with you for a few days. We would always take a walk every day to the pond or the meadow. You would always find something of interest, from a neat wildflower to blueberries, to a porcupine in the tree. I remember you getting up at the crack of dawn so the fire would be warm when we stumbled out of bed several hours later. Later you moved to your trailer, where finally, after so many years, you had the luxury of an indoor toilet and a modern stove. I remember that even in the small space, you made room for company. 15 or so years ago, you moved into your present home. The adjustment from so many years in the country with the wide open spaces to apartment with close neighbors would have been a difficult adjustment for many. But you got involved with helping others in the apartment less fortunate. Plus, you planted flowers outside your window, thus growing happy in your new home. You have managed to keep active throughout the years. I remember visiting you while I was in college. I watched you do your Keep Fit exercises. It was so neat to see you, even in your advanced years, to be concerned about keeping in shape. I'm impressed with your determination. Even after the setbacks such as a broken ankle, you didn't give up. Instead, you fought to gain back your strength and independence. You are a beautiful person, and I feel honored to be called your granddaughter.
Thank you, Kay. I'm going to read a few of these. Let me just start with this one that's on top here. Best wishes on your 90th year, Mother. One of my first memories of you and Dad is when we were moving from the Stillwell place to the Robinson farm. The household goods were loaded on the wagon and hay rack. We were